and welcome to K-Stop, Fuse's K-Pop podcast. Hello, everybody. This is Jeff Benjamin, and as always, I am joined by the Somin to my BM, Tina Zhu.
Yes, hello.
Did I choose a good member?
Yeah, I like her.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
not that there's a member of KARD I don't like.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Hello, how's everyone doing?
Hey.
Welcome to another episode of K-Stop.
Yes.
We're glad to be back on track and
Of course.
talking about some dope releases this week.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for this week's episode. It's
Yeah.
very varied, very different,
Yes,
lots of
yes.
things. Last week we were playing, as you remember, we were playing a bit of catch up. We had to talk about, it wasn't exactly catch up for some of them, but we were talking about EXO's Coco Bop, Zico, Artist and Anti, Red Velvet's Red Flavor, and
Which surprisingly blew my mind.
Yes, if
Red
you're-
Velvet, I'm still bumping that E EP.
Yeah, I listened to Red Velvet this morning. I was like, this is so happy.
And energetic.
Yeah, and I have to say I'm really enjoying the EXO album the more I've been able to get into
Oh,
it.
really? Okay.
Yeah, because I think when we reviewed it, it just came out that morning or something. But
The War.
The War. But there's some really good songs. What You Do is one of once again an incredible, has great choruses you expect from EXO. There's just
Which
there's
means
some
I probably won't like it.
there's some really good R&B songs towards the end of the album. So yeah, I don't know. I suggest everyone check it out if they like. There's some funk on it. It's actually I think they actually really brought it this time.
I
So
haven't had that moment of clarity with them yet, like I did with Red Velvet last week. So
yeah, that's okay.
there's still time.
There is still time. No, I mean, sometimes it's always. Anyone would agree that sometimes it's tough to get into a full K-pop album, but this one actually is worth it.
And they like to release full-length albums too.
EXO, oh yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely have the
It's too
fan base
much
to
for
do
me.
so. Well, in
So
that
who
case,
won?
so who won? Great question.
I voted for Red Velvet.
You did. They got second place
Aw.
with 12% of the
Aw,
votes.
man.
In third place was Zico with Artist and Anti with 4% of the votes, and an overwhelming number one was EXO with Going Coco Bop.
It's to be expected, I guess.
85%.
Actually, I don't know. I guess I thought Red Velvet would put up a better fight.
No, they did all right. But yes, we have already I'm just really, really excited to get into this week's episode because there's so much good stuff to get into. So Tina, who is just first on our list, first and foremost?
Obviously, KARD.
KARD.
It's been a few days since they released Hola Hola, which is at least internationally has been very, very anticipated and hyped up. And so the EP is called Hola Hola as well, and it consists of mostly the already released singles.
Yeah, right.
They have 2 new songs, I believe. And
3 new songs.
Three
in
new
in
songs,
addition
my
to the
mistake.
single. Yeah.
Right. And the single, so it fits their sound. They're kind of Latin, Caribbean dance sound with
Moombahton,
pop and
right.
rap thrown in. I think this song, it was fine. It didn't blow me away. I thought the chorus was, very on brand.
Right.
I think it was key for them to stay on brand, of course. I will say this song, I think, was on the right track in terms of where the, I guess, sound trajectory was going. Because I think we talked about how as each single was released, sonically they were kind of losing me. I didn't love Don't Recall.
Right.
Rumor was okay. So I just prefer Oh Nana more than the other songs.
Right.
I think this one is right up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is what your assessment is.
Yeah. Well, no. I feel similarly. It's it would be really weird, right, if they had just switched their whole sound or whatever, for the final official single or whatever it might have been. So I think, this is, I like Don't Recall. Rumor, I'm actually struggling to remember how it even sounds
the third
right
one,
now.
yeah.
Even
third
though
one was very forgettable.
Yeah, it was a little darker, I think.
Yeah,
it was the da-da-da-da-da.
I don't even remember.
You guys love my when I make sounds and make productions, please let us know. Hashtag KStop.
Yes.
At chef _ Benjamin.
He's a one-man production studio audio engineer over here.
You know, I gotta say, this is such a random side note, but there's this really hilarious clip of Monsta X who I met recently when they were in New York last week or whatever it was. And there's this hilarious clip where they like also sing out their little production things. Like they're like da 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 da, and I'm like, oh my god, this is hilarious. This is what I do. Anyway, sorry, random side note. But yes, no, I think once again, yeah, it was back to, you know, this really good sound. Like and it felt like a little brighter. I felt like Don't Recall and Rumor got a little darker. This one felt more summery, more
definitely was very summery.
Yeah, attuned to be like working as like a single overall. I don't know, I guess I have no issues with it, but I think I think you too, like, or just like you said, it didn't blow me away, but I'm still quite satisfied with it.
Yeah, I like that it's laid back and it's very breezy and you just got the top down, you know. Rolling down the street, I would blast this song. I will say,
if we had cars
in New York, yes, and had space to drive it in. I will say the transitions between verses, I wasn't super happy with. I feel like it was a little jarring moving from some of the rap verses into the chorus and vice versa, and into the vocal. Like So-Main's the one that is the vocalist right in the beginning.
I think so.
And like I really loved her verses. I think that flowed well, and that into BM's verse was fine. Right. Kind of in the middle, the rap got a little bit like.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like
it
my
kind
L
of
U
a little
V.
bit. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I actually love the production of the chorus where it's just the EDM part.
The beats are coming
in. The beats were dope.
Yeah,
I like that. I wish there was a little bit more of that and less of the rap.
Yeah.
Between because they went back and forth between, I think it's pronounced Joseph, right? Right?
I think so. Or Joseph.
I know. I like never actually heard it said.
I know,
out
me
loud.
neither. We gotta watch them on a Brazilian
TV show. So they switched back and forth between the male and female rap. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I didn't love that part.
I don't remember it like jarring. The only part that was quite jarring to me, I felt like in the rap section, was when they were when like it was trying to go into that second chorus and they're like my LUV, or maybe that was the end or something, but like something just didn't flow exactly. Right. There was like sort of this awkward pause, and then like, and then we get into the chorus.
It was a little too like cut and paste for me.
Yeah. You know? Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And I think I think they had like a good beat and whatnot, and I think they had like the right sound and the right idea going. It just like didn't come out as polished probably as they were anticipating.
Right. I will say the video made me like the song more because it really played into the whole KARD is so international. It was filmed in Vegas, Brazil, you know.
Oh, it was Brazil too. I think
did
I see LA as well? I feel like I saw LA.
So and they were on their way traveling to Vegas, and I like that it was very, very Americanized and westernized. Like so many aspects, like the red cup, the pizza boxes.
Yes.
They were playing like I think they were playing like NBA 2K.
Yeah.
All very, very like LA-esque.
Yes. No, I really like the video because I really got this sense that there was like a. That there was like a friendship here, or like they legitimately look like they're having a great time, that they're friends.
I wanted to be on that road trip with them.
Yes, I hope, maybe one day we will go on a KARD road trip.
Can you imagine if they like auction off a road trip with KARD? That would make mad bank.
But like only for 3 minutes because the music video will be done filming by then. But no, I mean, it just looked really, like I think it was really, really smart of them too because, this co-ed thing, we haven't really seen it, right? So
it's done successfully.
Yeah, exactly. So I really liked the idea that I got like a very like big friendship, brother sister sort of thing. Like, I mean, granted there's a couple booty pops, but no one was like grinding next on top of each other, And I think I was reading about this too, or some people on Twitter I think told me this too, is that they kind of combined the choreographies from the past singles.
Oh yeah, I think I noticed that.
Be
or
put
caught a little bit.
Oh, there's like parts of them. It's a mix of all. So that was really, really cool.
And they threw in an Onana.
Oh yeah,
like in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that too. And so I just really, really enjoyed Or yeah, and I really liked just the fact that like they're like, okay, this isn't like we're not like not touching each other, we're
Mm-hmm.
not like flirting with each other, we're like friends, and like like we're
Yeah.
like they were putting their arms around one another, and it just looked like there
They're
was
just
like
having such a good time.
yeah
Like good vibes.
at the end they were like spraying champagne on one
Yeah,
another,
that was
like
dope. Yeah.
that like could have been like that could be seen as like a very like provocative,
Mm-hmm.
controversial moment when it comes to K-pop videos, but like
Yeah.
in the context of this video, it just felt normal and
Yeah.
fun and
Yeah.
friendly,
Yeah.
and I really, really liked what they were going for, and I
Right.
definitely think if they're thinking a little more internationally minded, that that look and whatnot could
Yeah.
definitely work quite well for
Yeah,
them.
and I like that they had so many different settings.
Yeah.
It kind of switched it up because I feel like sometimes or at least in the earlier videos, it was a lot of shadows and
Mm,
just
right.
it was sometimes it got a little too stylistic for me. I like that this one they were
Right.
just out in actual locations and switched it up and
100%. Yeah.
I
In
will say
nature.
like I didn't love the choreography of this one. It felt a little awkward at some points. It
Hmm.
was like almost like not at the right pace. Like
Oh,
it
interesting.
like I don't know. I don't know what it was about it. It was kind of like sluggish for me.
I could. I think I know what you're referring
Like I feel
to.
like this song doesn't even really need choreography. I think that's what it was. It felt
Mm.
forced.
Mm, mm, mm,
But
mm.
it might just be a personal thing.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm really, really happy with the release. I love the final song on the EP.
Oh,
It's like the thank you
the
one.
thank you
Like
song. Yeah.
yeah, like what was it?
It's
Good,
called like
living good.
yeah, and yeah.
That one is more hip hop and R&B
Right.
influence, which is more my personal,
Yeah.
preference. But
Uh-huh.
I think that song, for me, I bumped that more than Hola
Oh,
Hola.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've had a couple people tell me that they like that song better than the single, but
Really? I
yeah.
mean, I like it in the sense of well, this is kind of actually like an overall feel. So I've been like thinking very randomly. I've just been doing like a lot of interviews with like random
Mhm.
people about overseas acts or K-pop acts who are doing better overseas than they do in Korea. And KARD keeps getting brought up, and like they're like, oh, how do you think they've already gone on like 2 tours and internationally with like only with not even official debut.
Right.
And I said, it's really interesting because this is what Western artists do. They put out a couple singles and tour as much as possible to gain as much interest before their actual album release. Like the K-pop way is different in the sense that you hype up this debut and don't release anything, and you're very
Mhm.
protective and secretive of everything
Right.
before unleashing it on the world.
Right.
KARD is kind of even though they're from the K-pop world and
Mhm.
built from that same world, they're doing something different. And I even see that in like lots of artists have thank you tracks at as the last album of their
Yeah.
albums, like because they're just for whatever. I feel like you
Right.
saw that so many times, especially back in the day. Maybe not
Right.
as
Right.
much, but yeah, it felt like there's talking, there's it's a little
Yeah.
more
It's all,
simplistic
right. It's
and.
all it's very westernized.
It feels so westernized in the sense I'm just like, wow, this is everything, like I don't want to like say like they're not giving K-pop fans what they want, but
Mhm.
this is what Western fans probably would like and expect,
Yeah.
or like probably expect more from their artists. And I just think it's
Absolutely.
so interesting to see like kind
It's
of how it's
another way
going.
that they are, connecting with their fans,
Yeah,
right? With a track
right.
like that. They're very
100%.
transparent, which I like about
Yeah,
KARD.
that is a great word actually, because yeah, that's exactly what I don't know why I just got chills from that, Tina. I love a good word.
Love a good word.
I love the power of words. I believe in the power of words. But no, I mean, I think yeah, like they just announced another tour. They're going to like Minnesota and like random
They're going
they
to Minnesota?
yeah, we
Oh
need to pull up
shit.
these dates. Maybe you know
I
the
might have
venue.
to fly on back home.
Fly on back home, Tina. Yeah, it's like it's really like they're going on like a more intensive U.S. tour at the start of or this fall, I think even. Yeah, it's just so interesting to kind of watch them and kind of see kind of what's happening. So I'm really really excited for them.
Wow,
And
I did not realize that.
yeah, let me. Oh, I got it right here. Let's see.
Minnesota's like a deep cut in the
I
the
know
States.
it's a deep cut for like anything, right? I mean, they're going to Minneapolis
Mhm.
at State Theater. You know it?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I haven't really gone to concerts in Minnesota since after high school. I went to college in a different state.
Right. Well, they're going to D.C., New York, Miami, San Francisco. Yeah, it's really, really awesome and interesting, like what they're up to. So I'm very. It's so interesting that this is also coming from like DSP Media, who I've always seen as sort of like they had Kara, they had Rainbow.
Yeah, they definitely don't fit the DSP.
Yeah, like who
standard.
who is who's managing that? It's so exciting and so awesome. Because on one hand you have this group, this very trendy, very internationally Western-minded group, but then they also have their girl group April, who are like K-pop
polar opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Very innocent, very that girl group innocent charm thing. So it is really fascinating.
It is very fascinating.
But overall, satisfied with KARD's
absolutely
debut.
I need to actually check out their performances, which I keep
Me
forgetting
too.
about.
I do too. Yeah, I really wonder if they have like fan chants and stuff like that.
I know.
So very interesting. But we want to hear what you guys think, of course, about KARD or any of the other releases. Don't forget #KStop on Twitter. Leave a comment on Views.tv. My Twitter, you can hit us up individually or together. I'm at Jeff__Benjamin.
And I'm Hey_Tina with 3 A's.
With 3 A's. All right. That's enough card playing for us. Ha ha.
Ha, I see what you did there, Jeffrey. Good God. Okay. Moving on.
Moving right along.
Let's move on to... let's go with a solo artist.
Ooh.
Yonghwa of CNBLUE.
Yes.
Our beautiful leader.
Our beautiful leader, yes.
He's very good looking.
He is.
So he is back with an EP called Do Disturb.
Do
Not disturb.
No.
He would like you to disturb.
He wants you to disturb.
He wants the disturbance.
Knock, 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 a knock on his door.
And the single actually features Loco, which I did not see coming.
Right. I don't think anyone did.
Yeah. So the title is called That Girl.
Yes.
He's telling you about what kind of girl he likes.
Uh-huh.
The song is, I think, his attempt to be a little edgier.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's very, CNBLUE is, more instrumental, pop, rock.
Yeah.
Has he ever worked with an underground rapper before?
No, I mean, I think his first solo release, I think, was much more in the vein of CNBLUE, more ballady.
He doesn't stray too far from what he's comfortable with, I feel like.
He hasn't.
Yeah, so this, I'm going to say right off the bat, this did not do it for me.
Really?
I felt like the transition between his verse to Loco's verses were very weird.
Really? Because that's my favorite part of the song.
Really?
Yeah.
I think, but the thing is, this makes sense that it's kind of polarizing. Like, I feel like you either love it or hate it because it's so different for him.
Right. And, I feel like I say this all the time on KStop, but yeah, I always love when when a group or an act and our artist tries something, new and unexpected and whatnot. And I think, I'm also just a big fan of when verses change unexpectedly in the middle of songs. I'm a big fan of that.
I love 4 minutes hate. That was so jarring, but I guess I don't know. But that's also different.
Yeah, that one was more jarring, I feel like, on the chorus itself.
Right.
Or it led up to this moment. I feel like this song is kind of different in that sense because it's switching even before you're expecting the switch.
Yeah.
Like he kind of comes in with this sort of, it's a little like funk hip hop driven, got a bit of brass to it. And then, it kind of the beat sort of flips a bit and it goes right into Loco, which I really, really like. I love those kind of things.
Maybe it'll grow on me. I just... I don't know.
It's not like I'm actually quite a fan of this. First, because actually we talked to CNBLUE at KCON, and he had already announced his solo comeback at that point. So he said it's going to be something you don't expect. It's going to be something new and fresh for me.
Well,
so
he did that.
He certainly did that, and I'm always down for artists trying something new. So I'm quite impressed with it, and getting right into the video too is that we saw once again some some different sides of him, but it also didn't feel like he was really trying to just shed away everything we've known from him.
He definitely wasn't trying to reinvent his image or
Yeah.
anything, which I appreciate. He was
Right.
just kind of giving you something different,
Yeah.
serving up, a different color.
A different color, indeed. Yeah,
And when
no.
I say color, I mean literally. There are a lot of colors in that video.
Oh yeah, well actually the colors. Speaking of which, it really reminded me of their. Do you remember their "You're So Fine" video?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of had that same sort of funk feel to it, and then also lots of neon, lots of bright colors, which I really enjoy.
I did like the palette of it in general.
Yeah, and I thought he looked awesome, and also I appreciated that there was some choreography, but it wasn't too much, or never felt hokey, or like that he was trying to be a dance act or something.
Right. Oh my god.
He did a little. He didn't do it at all. It just felt very cool.
He still ended up behind, his mic.
Yeah,
on stage
exactly.
At some point.
I don't know. I just really appreciated that it was something new, but it didn't feel like, okay, who the heck is this person?
Right.
Like it felt like an extension of his artistry and like who it could be.
I'm just a little bit torn because part of me feels like it's not super believable because he just doesn't seem like he has a personality.
Oh.
So I'm like, why is he suddenly being all like, hey girl, like being all bold? I don't see him as a bold person.
That's interesting.
That doesn't come through his music for me. So part of it is not believable to me, but then the other part of me is like, oh, this is maybe how he is, whatever we don't see on camera, maybe he is kind of goofy and more assertive or something. I don't know. So it's very it's kind of a toss up for me.
No, I get it. I mean, totally. And it was interesting too. I know this is feels very vague and tangential, but at KCON once again, I don't know. I just got the sense that the CN Blue guys they're very comfortable with where they're at. They're very set in their own ways. And Yonghwa himself was really energetic. Really, I think he was really happy to be back in New York too.
Yeah.
Playing in a stadium, one of the headliners for a huge stadium in America. Yeah, I just got the sense that they feel good. That they said there's no worries about a 7-year curse with them. They're at year 7. They want to keep going.
Okay. They do seem very honest about where they see themselves in the future.
Oh, they got really honest. It's didn't publish, but they kind of threw some shade at the name of one of their bandmates. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, it was just sorry, not bandmates, another artist.
Oh, okay.
But as a joke, it was no, sorry, that made no sense. They all started throwing shade at one person.
I was was that bandmate in the room?
No. They were just very lighthearted, very much not usually how K-pop idols act.
They seem more candid.
Yeah, so I think he's kind of what I love. Maybe he's a big fan of Loco. Maybe he's a big fan of beats and EDM and stuff like that. And they were even saying their last album, the Between Us song, that was very EDM influenced.
I love that song.
I'm so surprised that you didn't like this single as much then, because I feel like
they're so different. That one was much more CM Blue.
I guess, yeah, no, very true. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I get the sense that they're very comfortable with where they're at, that they're ready to experiment and take it to new levels where they haven't gone before, because they're we've done it,
because they've already established themselves. They can essentially experiment more now.
Exactly. So
I think in that sense, it's definitely a successful single. That's what he did.
Yeah.
I think just personally, I was not a fan.
I was so pleasantly surprised when that beat change came in at first. I was listening to it. I was wait a second.
Maybe I just read him wrong. I think I'm slightly biased too. So
Tina, wash away your biases.
Maybe he'll grow on me. I don't know. He never struck me as a bold guy. But
oh my gosh, Tina, you gotta meet the Yonghwa in person. Meet him yourself. Hit him up on Kako. Won't you hit him up on Kakao?
Oh my gosh.
Kakao. Whatever it's called. But yeah. So I have to say I'm quite satisfied. And maybe Tina will be in the future.
Maybe. But speaking of songs I'm super satisfied with,
oh,
moving into our final.
knew you were gonna like this, but I'm gonna okay. But yes, final release of the week.
Final release that we're discussing this week.
Is
Akdong Musician is
with-
back with two songs off like a summer EP thing. Summer edition, is that what it's called?
something like that.
Something like that. But the video they released for Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
So freaking good.
Yes.
So freaking good. This is their first venture into EDM.
Yes.
Because everything before this, I was very lukewarm. I was like,
I
this
know.
sounds fine. Not really my cup of tea. I'm not really into folksy pop music, which was like their earlier releases, right? That got them
Yes.
really big. And then we covered them, you know, many, many months ago when they released something. I already forgot the name of the singles, but they were
So rude.
but they were like, you know, also different. Like they tried kind of a different genre mashup with that too, right? But
They've done the
clearly
folky
I wasn't blown
acoustic.
away because I don't remember the songs.
No, it was the spring EP, the winter EP.
Yes. But I remember the visuals a little bit. But in terms of
A little
the
bit.
songs, I don't recall because, yeah, whatever. This one,
Yes.
oh my gosh. Like, they need to do EDM like forever. It's so good.
Yeah, I honestly, when I heard this and I started seeing the reactions from people who are like, oh, I don't really ever like mess with like Akdong Musician, but I love this Dinosaur song. I can't stop playing it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I bet Tina's gonna like this
I
too.
know. Oh my gosh, I love that it's kind of like when 17 surprised me with EDM, but this one
Right.
was much more. I feel like this was very finessed because they still had, you know, they really what's the girl's name? I keep forgetting her name.
Suhyun.
Sohyun?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit those notes.
Oh, those
I
high,
didn't know
the
she
head
could
voice.
hit those notes.
Yeah.
It was very,
on the
very
chorus you're referring
cinematic,
to.
and you know, I like that cinematic EDM shit. Like when
Yes.
Blue Moon with Hyolyn, that had a similar atmospheric, you know, cinematic
Right.
feel to it. And this one just really like built up to it, and
Wait,
it was
did you see the Hyolyn song?
Huh?
Do you see the Hyolyn song?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
That's
thought
what you were
of
thinking of?
automatically too.
Okay,
the
okay, yeah.
beats and stuff at that
Yeah.
beginning. So I was like, oh, this sounds just like Blue Moon. And Blue Moon is like one of the best
Yeah,
songs
yeah,
of the year,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So it was like, I like that it was like soothing at the same time, this song.
Yeah.
And
No, right. There's something
yeah.
kind of comforting about it
Mhm.
too. And that's why, you know, I think I've talked about this with Akdong Musician too in the past. Like, their music just feels like I've never understood this idea of healing music until kind of
Right,
listening
you
to
brought that
them.
up,
Yeah, and I get that. And I get the sense too, you know, it's just something about it is just so youthful and jovial and freeing.
Yes.
And this song, I really think they did an awesome job by doing something new, doing something fresh, getting, those electronic elements, but it still felt like them.
They didn't lose the quirkiness.
No,
you know?
exact-
And
I
like
mean-
the music video was.
Oh, very quirky.
It took me a couple times to watch because it was very what's the word, like you kinda had to-
Abstract.
yeah, it was more abstract. You kind of had to pay attention more, but I was getting lost in the music, so I had
Yeah.
to watch it a couple times for me to realize
Floating fur
they
balls.
were looking for, or they were kind of like acting out this imaginary dinosaur that came to them in their dreams, you know,
Yeah.
one night. And
Yeah.
so it was definitely you know, tapping into their childhood. And I think everyone can relate to having dreams of mythical creatures and lands
Right.
far away and whatnot, and kind of searching for, you know, that, what's the word, like searching for like past like experiences, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that. But
Well, I guess
it definitely played into nostalgia. For sure.
Right. No, and that's what the lyrics are mostly about, is that like thinking back, you know, when I was young, I dreamed about a dinosaur, you know, like what I still, you know, talking about those dreams and whatnot. But I also got the sense a bit that it was almost like dinosaur was kind of like a metaphor. I got this from the video. That dinosaur was kind of a metaphor for like inner bravery and confidence and courage.
Oh, yeah,
Like in the
okay,
sense
yeah.
that like, because it looks like the guy is he either fell off his bike or maybe got beat up or you know, what's the word? stolen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's the word? Looted.
Mugged?
Whatever. Mugged. Yeah. He got looted.
He was stolen.
He was stolen.
His items were stolen.
Oh man. See, words are important.
They are.
Yeah. So, and then, there's this really cool scene, I think, like right towards the end, where either they see the dinosaur, we see the dinosaur's eye or something, and then
yeah.
he's kind of like screaming or like yelling at the end. So I got the sense that like also like he was looking for like his inner dinosaur, like inner confidence or overcome. Exactly. Like even though it's scary, like these were the things he needed. Yeah. And I mean that's kind of like it's very like
like revolving around the concept of seeking.
Yeah. And and it's still very age appropriate. I don't think G-Dragon is going to be like unleashing my dinosaur. Like Dinosaur still feels very, they're teens, they're young kids, they're they're still very much in that world, but
I don't I'm trying to imagine GD trying to like seek his inner dinosaur.
No, he'd be like my inner, hammerhead shark or like my inner
I think this was definitely more like whimsical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I appreciate.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really understand like why the balls of fur were like flying around. Like, what the heck was that part? But
they lost me there.
I know. I kind of wish they were like floating down. I mean, I was glad there was some dinosaur imagery actually. I was like, don't.
But not
tell
like
me.
corny.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was like, don't tell me you're gonna call this dinosaur. Not at least give me like one shot of one.
Right.
But, if it also looked really corny, I would have been like, if like she was like riding on like a brontosaurus,
a raptor through the air. Yeah, no. Too literal.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was very tastefully done.
Yes.
I mean, and I when I heard this, I was like, okay, I could see non-fans getting into this because this is like really good music and just that quite brilliant hook or the chorus or the high notes that she's just hitting, like you were saying.
Good.
It not only sounds good, but like
it gave me goosebumps. I was
shook. You were shooketh. We were all shooketh. And I think that is very accessible too. Like if anyone non-Korean, Korean, whatever it might be, they can get into that. Like that's just like a smart, really well done hook. And I was like, wow.
And it felt like we said already, it felt still true to them. I think they elevated their sound. I don't think previous fans or fans who have always been around will not like this.
No, I love it.
Or think that they're, losing their brand or something.
Yeah.
So I think it was a really, really solid release. I was so impressed and blown away.
Yay.
Because when I heard that they were coming out with something, I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna have to like go through another like
oh God.
like folksy pop thingamajig where I try to like it, but it's not gonna connect with me.
Well, I'm very happy.
I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm so happy. Did you listen to the other track, My Darling?
That one I didn't like as much.
I mean, I like that they once again. I agree. They
needed something like that on there, though.
Yeah, right? It still has those electronic elements, which I was quite once again pleasantly surprised by. But yeah, I don't think it's as good as Dinosaur, but I think it's still pretty good. I mean, it's more so. That's what I kind of more expected from them.
Right, exactly. When I heard that, I thought that was what we would be talking about.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
I'm glad that it was not. It was
Jeez,
Dinosaur.
Let us know how you really feel. But yeah, I mean, 3, in my opinion, really strong releases this week. I'm actually struggling who's my top release of the week.
You sounded like you seem to really like all of them.
I know.
Mine is defingetting Dinosaur.
Really?
Yeah.
Akdong. Last week Red Velvet. This week Tina. We're slowly getting you on Team Jeff. We should do another battle.
EXO is never gonna happen.
Okay. Oh man, I'm like literally looking at my notes.
You were raving about Yonghwa.
I know. I think because but everyone really. KARD, if anything, even though I really love KARD, they didn't do something as new, even though they're quite new.
They definitely, like for you, I think they're the weakest in your ranking.
Dang. Okay. So, just to switch things up, I'll choose Yonghwa, my boy.
Okay.
Real recognizes real.
KARD's probably gonna kill it in the votes.
They probably are. I think they always have quite a. But the Akdong, I don't know. And CM Blue also got like second place on our K-pop top 40 poll.
So maybe
So you know this is gonna be
pretty tight race.
a
this
good
week.
voting. I'm gonna promo the heck out of this voting because I'm gonna let you guys to decide what you think are the best ones. So yeah, great episode. I mean,
AKNU.
whoa, Tina is like standing for them now. I hope they like come to America. They haven't come to America or anything like that. I would love for them to come. Like I know there might be like a
Right.
tougher sell for like U.S.
Right.
audiences, but still.
They are kind of an anomaly for YG's roster.
Yeah, so I would love for that to happen. So we'll see.
Let's see who's charting.
Yeah, who is charting? Great question. Let's see what's happening on the charts. Where we look at the top 5 K-pop songs on US iTunes right now. Coming at number 5 is Hola Hola.
Okay. That's only at number 5? Well, I guess it's been a minute since it released.
It has. But you'll. This is a very strong top 5. So, and one act is noticeably missing. So it's very interesting. Number 4 is As If It's Your Last, Blackpink. I gotta say that song continues to grow on me.
Yeah.
I listen to it more and more. I feel like as the days go by. I don't know what it is about it, but it's like really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It's not that I don't know why it's good, but like something about it, I just keep going back to it.
Right. Agreed.
Number 3, The Eve by EXO, the opening track from there. That one's very EDM heavy. It's a pretty cool intro, I have to say. One of the standouts for sure. Number 2, this is interesting and unexpected. If You by Newest W.
Oh.
Who'd you think it was by?
When he said If You, I thought it was that 17 song. But I was like, why is that up there? It wasn't a single. It was like my second favorite song off that EP after Don't Wanna Cry.
I don't even remember that song.
That was also very EDM heavy.
Really?
Or ish. Yeah, kind of.
Oh, you mean If I?
Oh, I thought it was If. Oh, never mind. I'm just confused.
So this is actually Newest. Like the quick backstory is that Newest, if you know them, they're also under Pledis, 17's label, but they kind of never really hit it big despite debuting in like 2012, and all the members, I think except one, went on Produce 101 season 2.
Oh my gosh.
I know, which is like a little sad. And actually Kahi, who like was on, who is a judge for it, she like started crying when she saw them because she's like, wow, this is like.
Oh, Kahi, you're right, 'cause she's from Pledis.
She basically made Pledis with After School and everything. So yeah, it was like really interesting, but the guys did really well on the show. One of the members made the final group. And then Newest has like all this popularity now. Their like songs started shooting up the charts because people, I guess it just really was about like opportunity and exposure.
Yeah.
So they released this song with the 4 members who didn't make the group. The boy band is called Wanna One. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing that it's getting like this good of a response. I don't think any Newest song like ever even charted.
Is it good, the song?
It's not like they put out. I don't think they put out a music video for it. It's very R&B. It's very nice vocals, really nice raps. It's nice. It's not like a full-fledged comeback song.
Right.
But I'm really surprised. That's why I was really surprised to see that there. So that's the backstory, and I'm surprised American audiences are even getting into it because they're coming back as Newest W or like. It's just like it's not even like the full group.
The full group, right.
So very interesting.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good R&B song. Very solid. But number 1 this week is We're Going Coco Bop by EXO.
I'm gonna be like, is that Dinosaur?
Where the heck is Dinosaur? I don't see them anywhere on this list. Oh, number 12.
Oh, that's not bad, I guess.
That's not bad. I think it also came out like on Friday, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
But
I was hoping it'd be at least top 10, but it's okay.
Sorry. The album is number 6 on K-pop songs. But yeah, that is our top 5 for this week. And let us know what you guys think of this week's album. Let us know if anyone watched Produce 101 2 or season 2. I'm so curious about this.
Wait, Produce?
I mean, that was the nickname, Produce 101. But yeah, Produce 101. But yeah, so let us know what's on your guys' playlist, what songs you guys are bopping to. And last but not least, we get into our deep cut this week where we talk about a trending topic in the K-pop world, community, whatever it might be. This one is pretty cool in my opinion. And I have some a couple thoughts about it. That Jay Park, our lovely Jay Park, who former leader of 2 p.m. turned not only solo hip hop and R&B and pop star, but CEO, huge, in so many ways.
Yes.
He signed with Rock Nation. Rock Nation announced this on like late Thursday night on July 20th that Jay Park was like added to its roster or added to the roster.
Which has huge names on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, sorry. So quick backstory is that it was founded, I think, in 2008 by Jay-Z. It's a management company. It's not a label, but it's a management company. And Rihanna's on it, J. Cole's on it, DJ Khaled is on it. A lot of big names. They've had and so it was really, that news was quite
also
exciting.
Rita Ora, another big name.
No comment.
But that clearly didn't pan out.
Rita Ora gets a lot of great opportunities.
Yes. Shouts to my girl Rita Ora.
Dina really likes Rita Ora.
love her.
But the other parts of the news is that I really like this because Jay Park, after the news came out, he posted on Instagram, and I really liked this his thoughts on it. He wrote, "It's official, Rock Nation. This is a win for the town. This is a win for Korea. This is a win for Asian Americans. This is a win for the overlooked and unappreciated. This is a win for genuine people who look out for their peoples. This is a win for hard work and dedication. This is a win for honesty and authenticity. Thank you for the acknowledgement and recognition. Just getting started." So I really liked that take on it all because I was like, yes, like totally.
Right.
And
it wasn't just a post about, let's get it, I got this opportunity. He is seeing the bigger picture, more or less, right? Because we forgot to include, he is the first Asian American to be assigned.
Yeah.
To be signed to Rock Nation.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, very important. And, what I think is also really, really significant and exciting and great about this is that Rock Nation, it's very U.S. based. And so they're going to be looking for opportunities, in the U.S., Western markets. But also, I think just Jay is such a good person for this because he's been operating in this, Korean, English, always putting out songs in Korean, but also in
very
English.
Crossover.
Yeah.
Heavy. Yeah.
And he just kind of, you can't totally do, I think he, with AOMG and those, I think he was always kind of looking for this idea of, okay, how do I kind of cross promote on both sides and whatnot? But now that he kind of has the management and the backup, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing.
He has that anchor now.
Yes, 100%. And, this is no, dink on CL or anything like that, but CL signed with Scooter Braun, who also very U.S. based management, probably maybe a little more internationally minded than Rock Nation, but wasn't all, she had a couple songs with different people here and there, but she wasn't totally operating in that sphere already. Jay Park, he just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and he just kind of it's only gonna, in my opinion, get bigger and better from here because he's been doing that for a while, and I'm really excited to kind of see like where this could bring him,
Yeah. What was your first reaction when you heard this? Was it surprising to you? Because it was surprising to me. I did not expect this to happen.
It was surprising for
I
sure.
didn't know he was even on their radar.
No, I mean, I agree, and I'm a little I'm a little hesitant of Rock Nation personally, just because they manage some of my favorite artists for very short periods, and it didn't work out well. Like they managed MIA for a while.
Oh, that's right.
It did not end well. She was really mad at them. They managed Kylie Minogue for a while. That didn't go anywhere. But at the same time, they've done so well with Rihanna, with DJ Khaled, with who else? Like they've done well with hip hop artists, and so I was nervous because I just kind of think I don't want this to be like a. Remember when like Asiatic signed with like Cash Money?
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
And then
that
nothing
literally nothing happened. Even though like I was like, yeah, we want to invite you to their album shoot in Miami. And I'm like, where's the album? Where's the album? Release the freaking album.
Actually, now that we're talking about this, I noticed that all of the international acts signed to them have not panned out.
Right. Even Rita Ora,
Like
you know?
like they've all like Australia. Kylie is Australian, right?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah. And then the other acts were British.
Sri Lanka
So,
or Britain via Sri Lanka.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Yeah.
guess Jay is like, he is originally American, but you know he is considered a K-pop artist.
Yes, sure.
So I guess that's a little bit concerning just by the numbers.
Sure,
on paper.
sure. Yeah, I agree with that. That's interesting. I didn't think of it like that too.
Sorry to be a negative Nancy.
No. I mean, I think it's good and healthy to be hesitant because
because I want to see, like, I want receipts, right? Like, I want to be
Right.
like, what's in store? What do you have planned? Hopefully that information will come out in the coming months or so.
yeah.
I hope there's some interlabel collaboration.
Well, that's what I'm kind of
support.
right. That's what I'm kind of hoping for too. Is that okay? You know, Jay Park collaborating with a really great roster of people, or even getting the opportunity or getting better connections to kind of work with like some of these people.
Right.
Some other people on the being managed by Big Sean, Capital Cities, although those are U.S. Claudia Leite, who's from Brazil, her U.S. stuff never went anywhere. Demi Lovato, Nick Jonas, DJ Mustard, Fat Joe, Haim, Korn. Interesting. Shakira, T.I., Timbaland, Yandel. That's interesting.
Okay.
Like Yandel's Puerto Rican. He does pretty well actually. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it could go either way, right? Like on one hand, in my opinion, I thought Scooter Braun was the perfect fit for CL, and I do still actually believe in it if they release any music. But management is so tricky. Like there's so many artists that they have to worry about, and like. On one hand, I do get really excited about the fact that J. Cole's been operating in this K English world for a while, and he has the bop.
J. Cole.
No, I think I said Jay's been operating in this K, and because doesn't he sometimes do that? He'll do like K version, Eve, whatever he does. Yeah. So sorry, I was trying to be clever.
I could have just not heard correctly.
J. Cole's been doing stuff in Korea for a while. No, but I think it's promising. I am always, cautiously optimistic, but I feel like Jay also he's from America.
Right.
I think he's wanted something like this for a while.
Definitely.
I think he's going to. I think if anything, I always just say exposure, opportunities are good, and I think he'll also. I don't think it's just going to be Jay Park. I think if Jay Park gets on a song, you're going to see one of the AMOG guys, AOMG guys on a song with him, or he's going to bring like Cha Cha Malone or something.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to use Rock Nation as, a platform for his own brand too,
Yeah,
right?
which I think is great.
He put, his flesh and blood into AOMG.
Mm-hmm.
That's an extension of him, his brand. So yeah, I'm just curious to see like how it's all gonna be divvied up. Like, is it gonna be like, is Rock Nation gonna be his main focus now, and then maybe the Korea stuff is gonna be on the back burner?
Well, that's the thing is that when you use these people for management, it's like they're trying to get you. It's not like it's like tricky, right? Because it's not like he has a U.S. deal, a U.S. record label deal.
Right.
His music still is going to come out via AOMG and get released all over. But I feel like they're going to probably work better to get him like more opportunities stateside, more connections. Yeah, and I think ideally we'll see Jay Park on more press releases in the US, maybe get more media looks over here.
Yeah.
I think, hopefully he'll get like booked in some, cool opportunities and things like that. I don't know. I mean,
more doors open in general.
I think so. Yeah. And I'll be really interested to see, maybe they signed this because he has like a whole English album ready to go or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm really curious because CL, signed with Scooter Braun when she was working on English stuff. So I'm kind of curious if there's something like that. Jay just released that Yacht song, which I know you weren't a big fan
No,
of.
I actually like that song. I was referring to the one with Doki that came out like a day after that.
Oh, after the signing.
It was what's the name of it? But that one's more like that's more like harder. It's harder.
Yeah, no,
I didn't really like that one.
What's it called? I remember. Yeah, it's called It was called Most Hated.
Yeah. That one I was not a huge. It just was whatever to me.
Yeah,
but Yacht is like that. That's the realm I need Jay to stay in.
Really?
I love that kind of like laid back, like R&B, feel good vibe. Very it's kind of like I like Drive, the one featuring Gray.
Right.
I love that song. I need that kind of just bouncy, summery R&B Jay. I love that.
And I liked and I noticed with Yacht too, the title, at least on iTunes, was the K. So I'm wondering, okay, is there like, because it's quite accessible in my opinion, and I wonder like maybe if they're prepping in English, with
a different feature maybe.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting too. Tina, I like where your head's at. Featuring Joe.
Who would sound good with him?
Let's see. Let's look at Rock Nation's roster real quick. I mean, Big Sean, maybe. Casey Veggies.
Oh my God.
Damian Marley.
I can see Big Sean on there.
Fabulous.
Oh, Fab and Jay, I would die.
But I don't know how cool that would look. No offense. Like, remember when Jessica worked with him? Lil Wayne. Forgot about Meek Mill. Actually, Meek Mill?
No.
Meek Mill. No. Static Selecta. T.I. would be a little. Vic Mensa. I could see that working.
Oh, yeah.
Or Yo Gotti. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go with Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti?
I'm into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're like looking at the list right now. And
we are. We're going through We're going through their management. So
there are a lot of options, and like DJ Mustard has already produced a Doki song, so it's like
he did.
Yeah, it was like
I didn't know that.
It was called Illionaire, of course.
Oh, I remember that.
We made a list for Fuse Out TV of like DJ Mustard produced songs or something, and one of them was I think I wrote the blurb.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That was like a really catchy. It was very DJ Mustard-esque. It was, that whole video game vibe.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I mean, amazing. I love it.
Yeah, we'll see if like.
Yeah, and Rock Nation. They have offices in New York, London, L.A., Texas, Nashville. Like, I mean, they're everywhere. So like, I am being very cautiously optimistic, but I do think I get it. Like, I wasn't expecting it, but I get it. Like if you were going to if there was any if you're like, who would we bet on? Like, you could be like, this is a pretty good bet. Like this guy could be something, or this. And I think Jay has an awesome look. He's awesome attitude.
Yeah, I will say like he definitely deserves this, hands down. He is constantly pushing out content, right? Like I just feel like he's always working. He's always doing something.
And that definitely works well with the sort of Western mindset, American. These rappers. I feel like a lot of rappers putting out a lot of singles, regardless if they're an album track or a mixtape track, whatever it might be. Jay definitely operates in that world too, and so it's really cool. And it's cool because he's his own boss, and he can kind of ideally he can keep that up and keep it going. So
absolutely, no, this is very exciting.
Yeah, all the best to Jay Park.
Yeah.
To KARD, to Akdong Musician,
new Rock
to Yonghwa.
Nation signee.
Yes, and ideally this will only more visibility, more opportunities, more exposure. It can only help the overall scene.
Yeah, if anything, he has that on his resume now.
Yes, exactly. And, maybe other management companies will take notice, like ideally this news will keep getting bigger, keep getting, more notice. And, I've said this so many times, it's like really effed up that we don't have like an Asian pop star. We don't have a Middle Eastern pop star either. Like it's so, despite these being huge parts of the population, we don't have, we don't have this representation. It's mind blowing.
Hopefully he can help bridge that gap.
Let's hope,
Let's hope, right?
Well, I feel like this is
a
very
really positive note.
Yeah, I'm feeling like inspired from this episode. I loved everything we talked about. Yes. I haven't pulled Tina's hair this time.
I'm gonna go listen to Dinosaur as soon as we're done recording this.
Yes, but let us know what you guys think of J Park, of Dinosaur, of all the other things we talked about. And yeah, we hope, as always, you guys leave comments and talk to us about K-Stop anytime. As always, this has been Jeff Benjamin.
And this is Tina.
We'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.